Hello world. On this session, I'm going to be speaking about the topic of what a woman wants, and it's more of a response to the so-called specialist and love, relationship, sex therapist out there that takes the perspective and side that women are always looking for mystery, intrigue. That's what they're seeking in their life partner or their current partner, and they're searching and seeking for mystery and excitement and just all of those things. And I'm going to respond to that from the perspective of if she always wants mystery and intrigue and excitement and the whole 9 yards of that, then it kind of goes, I guess, full circle or no circle at all to say that as you spend more and more time with someone, you're pretty much eventually going to find out what there is to be about that person. And pretty soon, I guess, that mystery and that intrigue that you seek, uh, there's nothing left to discover. Um, and is that to say that that boredom will kick in and that you'll get bored of this person because there's nothing else to find out? That's just to say that you spent a lot of time and effort with this person to know the underworkings of what he does, what he likes, his characteristics, his habits. Now, from one approach is that you can be with this person and he could tell you nothing about his life, his private life, uh, just his personal well-being. And I mean, you probably won't get bored of that. You might get bored of the fact that, oh, he doesn't trust me, he doesn't tell me anything, he doesn't let me in on his life. I don't know what his fears, his hobbies, his likes, his interests or anything, because he won't let me in or he won't open up to me. And if we open up ourselves to you, I mean, we're pretty much what you see is what you get for the most part. So, that's one aspect of it. As far as the always, I guess, exciting or the intrigue, I guess life every day can be just as intriguing and exciting depending on how you make of it and to not be bored. And that's subjective or objective in everyone's eyes of how they want that to be. But I mean, really, if that's what women are always seeking, at least for that stage in life, uh, that when they're searching for their partners, and most of these relationship experts, these dating experts, they always go, the time to look for this is during your college years and your early to mid 20s. And from there, that's when you're out there seeking your lifelong partner. And if that's what you're seeking for at that point in time, and then there's the other study that goes through and says that when women are in their 30s, mid 30s to 40s, then what they want out of the relationship is not the bad boy type, someone with mystery or intrigue or any of that. It's a lifelong companion and partnership and just someone to be there by their side and to not be lonely. And loneliness is, or that fear of loneliness is supposedly what causes them to wise up, or to grow up, and to start, I guess, accepting men who are, I don't know, stable, or someone who they would be able to tolerate at this later stage in life that they were perhaps unwilling to tolerate in the earlier stages of relationship seeking, which was like the early to mid 20s or so, the stage of the mystery, intrigue, and excitement, and danger, and bad boy, and other stuff. And that's another point that I want to bring up, is that if women don't get to that stage until their mid 30s or 40s of, all right, I'm getting old, I'm not young enough anymore, and all of the guys are going after like the hot women with like the breast and the ass and all of that other stuff, and so they can't really be as picky or anything else. And if that's the case, then it really seems that that's quite unfair to the guys, in terms of, if we are the ones, now of course I can't speak for every single guy out there, but I like to speak for a good majority of the guys, or at least that cliche and niche group of the ones that are mature enough, and the ones that are supposedly having long-term relationship on their mind, to have their supposedly one and only. And while we're the ones that supposedly, weren't always the most popular guys throughout the college days or in our early 20s and whatnot, while we're the ones that supposedly had to suffer, while the women that we were supposedly interested in were always going after the ones that supposedly treat you like dirt, or didn't really pay attention to you, or the ones that didn't really treat you like as a friend, who weren't always there because we were the ones that were always too nice, so we were always on the nothing but friends list, even though we had supposedly your best intention, at least we thought so, in our minds, and of how we wanted to be lifelong partners. That if during that stage, why do we have to wait for women to grow up, in terms of that stage of the mid 30s and 40s, for them to wise up, to finally open up their eyes and be more accepting of the guys that were supposedly always there, that had their back, that was there by their side, and to that had the intention of being their one and only for the rest of this lifetime. Granted, it was meant to be that way, and I just feel that that's a blow against the supposedly nice guys, or the guys that were the tolerant ones, that had to endure, their years of loneliness or rejection, because they weren't what, their ideal woman or their love interest at the time was seeking. And then it's, so they either moved on, found someone else, or I guess continued to soak in their loneliness or whatever. But it's just that, and I just feel that it's kind of a strike against us, that if we're the ones that's being so patient and everything, that we it's just a wrongdoing against us. And perhaps not me, you know uh, myself, but for those group of guys. And with that, I just think that that's kind of unfair, that we have to take like the short end of the stick throughout life, and to maybe wait for her, to grow up and to wise up, in that sense, as far as what she's looking for, what she's seeking for in a partner in the relationship. But perhaps I might elaborate a bit more on that later. But for now, I'll just end it at that.